I welcome you once again at Turkey Show. Today it is 29th of April 2024. Today's words or today's show may not be for all of us or for all people. I want to talk to a specific group of people or to few people, only those that will understand today's show. Yesterday, I was with my friend somewhere. Yesterday was Sunday 28th. We were seated somewhere. My friend asked me one question and said, Mr. Happy, with this economy, with this standard of living, with this salary that we are earning, when shall we develop our lives? When shall we develop ourselves? When shall we change the standard of living? When shall we make ourselves better from the level we are on to the level that we wish? Now, that question has asked me where we were seated. It was near a roadway. It was near the road, and there were some cars passing. Even went an extra mile to point at a few cars, like when with our salary that we are earning, when shall we get to time when we can buy and drive such cars? And I think the car he pointed at, it was a Land Cruiser, Prado Land Cruiser, and maybe followed by Harrier, Toyota, and so on. Now, today at this show, where I wanted us to talk about that particular question with every person viewing us from every part of the country and outside. That was one person asking himself of how we are going to change, how can we change our life, our standards of living with this current economy and even with this particular salary we are earning. When you look at that question, it may not be a question of one person. It may be a question of many people asking themselves, how shall we do it? Now, listen, to that Haki show, we want to first find out. No person and no one will advise you. No one will understand for you on how you should get to a better standard or to a better life. No one will advise you and talk to you and either understand on your behalf on how you can improve your life or your life journey or life standards. Because there is no one who knows better how you earn and how you spend better than yourself. Hope I'm speaking to someone. I beg my pardon. There is no one who understands how much you earn and how much you spend better than yourself. Meaning you have to get time, you have to sit down, you yourself, and you look into how much you earn, you look into how much you spend, and then you see what you can be able to do. If you're to change the life, if you're to change the level of the standard of living and you're to change your life in general, you have to first look at yourself as a person if you're to change the level of living or the standard of living. Now look, everyone watching me at Haki Show, look at this. Before you admire to those people and before you admire to be like those people on the 10th step, first ask yourself, how will you live the first level or the ground level you're on to the second level? Before you admire someone, like how my friend pointed at someone, how shall we drive? When shall we get to a time when we are the one driving the Land Cruisers with this salary scale that we are earning? True, he was right. Just like all of us and many of the people out there are asking themselves that question. How shall we be able to get there with this salary scale? Before you ask yourself how you will be like those people on the 10th step, first ask yourself, how will you leave the first step to go to the second, or from the ground step to the first level? With the economy and this scale and with this standard of living whereby someone is struggling and hustling with the standard of living, you need to know that our motto and the vision is always, how can I go to the next level from where I am, not how can I reach the other person. 2, as you check with how will you move from one level to another, you need to know that as a person with that economy you're in and the salary scale you're earning, it's all about to go with what you can, not what you want. I said as I was starting this show that today's show is for only a few people, only those who would understand me. It may not be a show for everyone. True, you want and even you're worried of the standard of living and how will you get there. But the question is, look, first ask yourself, what is important in the game? What is most important will be how will you move from the first step to the second step. Leave the person on the 10th step because that person seems to be far from where you are. If even getting a border from where you stay to where you live, from where you stay to where you work from, you have to first bargain and you stop like over 4 borders. Then how do you admire someone in a Land Cruiser? Meaning the first step is how can you move from the step of maybe a border to be able to buy yourself a bicycle. That's the first steps. Level 1 to level 2. You're no longer boarding, but you're now having a bicycle of your own. You have to concentrate and focus on what you can. What is your ability at the moment with the salary scale you're earning? Vis-a-vis, you don't have to look at what you want. Most times hustlers don't focus on what we want because what we want is always bigger, but you have to look at what you wish and what you can manage. What can you manage at the moment? He was a good friend of mine. We were able to talk in depth. Asked him, how much do you think that vehicle costs? He told me, I think around above 50 million. I said, good. It's true, it's above 50 million, a Land Cruiser. Yes, a Land Cruiser Prado. It's above 50 million. But let's take 50 million. Let's take that the car is 50 million. Let's say it's a Toyota Harrier, 50 million. I asked him, please, do you mind telling me how much you earn? He was a good friend of mine and so passionate and so, my inner friend. He told me, Mr. P, I'm earning 700 a month. 700 a month. We said, okay, I'm going to make a computation for this friend of mine, but even you out there, you can make your computation basing on how much you earn and what you want. I'm going to make a computation for my friend whom I had yesterday, but for you can make a computation of how much you earn vis-a-vis what you want. Good. I told him, if we take an instance that you didn't spend any money from the 700, you didn't pay rent, you didn't buy airtime, you didn't buy data, you didn't pay anything, you didn't eat, no one, you never borrowed anyone and nothing. You got all 700. To raise 50 million, you need over 65 months. Those who know mathematics, I think you will work out with me. For someone earning 700,000, without you eating on that money, spending anything on that money, you have not even used any money. All the 700, as you earn it, you save it. You need over 65 months. That's around more than 5 years. When you're earning the same amount of 700, there is nothing you're spending on that money. When you look at it, it is a bit weird. Ask yourself, is it possible for you to earn and you don't spend any? If the answer is no, then when will you get to that? But wait, can't you manage a small car? If you want, in case you're interested and you have much love for the car, can't you manage the one of 500 of 10 million, 15, 7 million? He said, no, I'm interested in the other one. In a life journey of hustling, you have to focus on what you are, what you can, what is your ability, not what you wish or what you want. What we want is always more and big, but what can we manage? That's why you find a person has worked for a year after another, but is still the same. Why? The desires and the wishes and what this person wants is always bigger than what the person can earn. We had a previous show where we said that even you reach a point of saying that, no, they are paying us little money. The money you're saying little is not little, because if it's little, you'd have gone for a better, for a bigger one. But why you're saying little? Because what you want seem to be too much, seem to be bigger. What you want seem to be bigger vis-a-vis the salary you're earning. That was him. According to you, also make your computation. That varies what you earn and what you do it, and what you spend and what you want, what you wish. There is no person that is going to give you advice, as where we started from, of how to get out of that situation you're in. But first look around and see where your efforts, where your focus, where your interest, where is your love and all that. Focus there. If you look around, you see all the activities and the jobs that you can participate in around you. First ask yourself, which one can you manage? Go and participate in the activity or in the job that where your interest and love is. Even if it does not turn out the best today, it may not yield what you wish to have today, but since you are doing what you feel that you want and you wish, tomorrow will be better. Where your focus is, where your love is, it may not be the same thing that will work out for you today, but be persistent, endure. Do it today, tomorrow, and the other day. Next day it will be better. Let me talk to people who have set goals before I end the show. You have set targets and things to do. For example, you may have said that I'm going to construct a house in 2024. Today it is 29th of April. 29th of April, it simply means that we have moved almost a third of a month, of a year. A third of a year. Ask yourself, have you even at least made a foundation? Have you started at least constructing from the basement? If not, it simply means either you will have that program of constructing a house for you postponed to another year, 2025, or buying more time. And simply that means that you will have to use more years. You will have to use more years, more than what you expect. You will have to use more time, more than the one you want, because you simply had a bigger target, a bigger goal than your capacity. Every time we set goals that are beyond our capacity, we tend to use much time. And even where need be or where it's possible, you find that we have failed to achieve, and we end up calling ourselves losers. You are not a loser, but look into your means. What can you manage? If you're not yet at a level of constructing, then you continue staying where you are staying and do what is possible so that you can see that life is moving. Don't set a target that has objectives that you may not meet. Someone who wanted to construct this year, someone who wants to buy a plot of land this year, and so far now 4 months have gone down the road. You haven't even seen 5 million is where to start from. You haven't even started. It simply means you may have to postpone it to next year. We have people who have even grown old, but every time they say next year we'll construct, next year we'll construct, they have given birth. The children also have also given birth. Now all people are in the rentals. The children and the children and the grandchildren of the children are all in the rentals. Reason? Someone kept on setting bigger and ambiguous goals, and that's why up to now someone has not yet constructed. My name is Happy Christopher Kasuja. Those have been words of today's show. I want it should not leave you the same. With the same salary you're earning, we can do something. The problem would be you admiring someone on the 10th step, on the 10th level, yet you're on the first level. Let's first find a way how to move from the first level to the second level, as we shall also aim to go to the 10th level. But the problem will be you will see yourself as a loser. You will blame the job. You will blame the people employing you. You will blame everyone. You will blame even your home. You will blame everything around you. You will even hate your life if you want and you're hustling to be like someone in the tennis level, in the tennis ground, when you're still on the first level, on the level ground. Let's first find how to move from the first level to the second level using that is around us and what we can. We shall have our lives change. We shall be better than today. I want to thank everyone that loves us through subscribing, following, and sharing. You are the reason behind. Happy Christopher Kasuja, my name. Uncle, as usual. I sign out until we meet once again. Bye-bye.